I'm Christina Jones-Davis, Assistant Professor of Pastoral Care and Counseling and the Clinic Director of the Counseling Center. You know, teaching provides me the opportunity to, I think, pay forward what a very few but really powerful experiences of being taught have meant to me in my life. You know, I really follow a lot of what Bell Hooks considers engaged pedagogy, where I look at this opportunity to gather together to be co-learners in a space. And so, you know, I really appreciate about CTS that we attract folks with life experiences and with ministries in their own right, some who have served in so many different various capacities in the community. And so I really think of teaching as an opportunity to really pull forward, you know, joining with the spirit that's already present in their life and pull forward in a time of discernment what's next. And so it's really an exciting thing to just see those vocational trajectories birth, if you will, in the classroom and in the process of their education here. I'm a PK. I was born to a family where my father was a pastor and he served at 2 different churches in the capacity of what you would consider the pastor of pastoral care. And so I really grew up witnessing this particular expression of ministry. While he did preach from the pulpit, the majority of his role was walking alongside others through the peaks and kind of valleys of life. He was there weddings and funerals and bedsides and at births. And so I really saw that as such a really important and meaningful aspect of ministry. You know, for me, when I experienced my call to ministry, so I am also a marriage and family therapist and have been practicing therapy for 10 years. My first call was to ministry, and these 2 things, they went together for me, which was a commitment to serve God's people in ways that really walked alongside them. That was what really first initially inspired me. I think the field of pastoral care, pastoral theology has really developed over time, and I think with my own ways of understanding my role in developing scholarship and more about pastoral care ministry in general, but also specifically womanist pastoral care and pastoral care that is public and not just one-on-one and not just with individual units of families, but ways of doing pastoral care that is public theology. And so that's a lot of where I think my work is calling me towards today. I would really like to do some writing about engaging difference in theological education in the classroom. And so I have really found that in classrooms here at CTS, we have a wonderful diversity of theological perspectives, as well as cultural affiliations and just different groups that identify, from which people identify themselves. And so what I think happens is that we can celebrate that in one breath, but I think we can also all too easily not be prepared for creating and sustaining safety for all persons that gather in these teaching spaces. And so I've really done some intentional work with how to create these safe spaces for learning and growth and sharing and being challenged and changed. really with the understanding that if we can't kind of take some risk for developing abilities to talk across difference, relate across difference, be community across difference here, then I don't know where we're going to learn to do that. And I think that we don't have a whole lot of great models for that in the world today, in society today. Instead, we see the fallout, the polarization. We see the ways in which divisiveness has really been the order of the day. And it can be really easy and tempting, I can admit to it myself, to kind of, in the anxiety of it all, retreat to one's corner and not maintain those connections. But I believe that God is calling us towards being able to still bridge that human connection amidst so many different variety of perspectives. I think that what's distinctive about CTS is our location. I think that we are one of the few seminaries in the Midwest in a kind of urban location that has the proximity to lots of things that are going on in the city of Indianapolis, and as an institution that definitely has leanings towards more progressive and liberal expressions of Christianity, I think we're unique in that regard in terms of our location in the country. That being said, I think also we've got counseling degrees, and not only counseling degrees, but we have a counseling center here. So we are very unique. There's not very many other seminaries who provide 2 counseling degrees as well as the ability to complete your counseling degree on campus, meaning we've got internship and practicum sites that are available through our counseling center. That enables us to have an arm of our mission at CTS being to have this ability to see individuals, families, couples, provide therapy for groups at rates that are really affordable, because these students, as they are training, they are being supervised by seasoned therapists that really give them the oversight to make sure that they're not doing harm, but really are able to kind of give the experience to the student in ways that are really well supported. So our students and our clients are in really good hands with our students having those various levels of oversight. You know, I think the last thing is, I'll say it again, but the diversity. I think we could certainly have more, but I think that it's important that the message is that we have a wide tent under which we believe that many people we would welcome and can find a sense of belonging here. That's ongoing work. I really can't express that enough. We don't want just people to come as they are, bringing their context, bringing their perspectives, but you know, as we acknowledge that there are parts of the body of Christ that you know, that we're missing, that we become more whole when the full body is present, and that teaches us about ourselves, that challenges us, that redefines who the us is altogether, and but we need that to be whole. And so I think that is a really important part of the intention and the mission of CTS.